Hello, everyone. Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my craft room. I hope you're doing well today, this evening, I should say. I am excited to share this project tonight because it's based on the card from a card I received in the mail from our wonderful moderator here on YouTube, Jennifer Walsh. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer's hanging out in the comments. You can, if you have a question, you can do the @ symbol and type Jennifer's name and she'll pop up and she can answer the question. She sent me the most beautiful card and I'm like, I need to make this. So we're going to make it in some different colors. I'm hoping we're going to make 2. Let's see how we go time-wise. I wanted to let you know I am pre-recording this video because I am currently in the United Kingdom, if everything worked as it's supposed to. Let's see, this is going to be Tuesday, nearing the end of May, and I will be on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, which will have already ended, and then we're going to stay in the United Kingdom for a few days to do some sightseeing. I'm a huge Jane Austen fan, and so we're going to go see her house and her little desk where she wrote all of her novels like Pride and Prejudice and all of the famous Persuasion, Sense and Sensibility, all of the things. And then her brother's manor we'll be doing too, and then we'll be hanging out in London and doing all the things. So super excited. I'm looking forward to sharing photos from my trip on my Facebook group, Sue Stampfield Facebook group. Anyone else welcome to join me there and hang out. Also wanted to let you know about my free project sheet emails. You can subscribe right there, SueStampfield.com. Click on subscribe and you'll get some inspiration in your inbox. In fact, as soon as you subscribe, you're going to get a welcome email that will have a couple of project sheets in it. So you can get started right away. And then periodically I send out more project sheets. So if you're looking for inspiration, that's a great place to start. I'm going to hide that this time because last video I left it up almost the whole thing. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this party started. I can't wait to show you Jennifer's gorgeous card. So let's take a look. Where's my button? Let's find all the things. Yay. All right. So I've got my beverage right here. I have ice water in my cup tonight. I lose things. And when I lose them and then when I find them again, we play the found it game and I take a sip. So we are going to use, Jennifer used the Timeless Arrangements bundle on her card and it's gorgeous. You guys want to see it? Do you want to see it? It's so gorgeous. Look. See if I tilt it so you can see that awesome embossing folder. So she embossed it with the, what's it called? I want to say the Painted Textures. Is that right, Jennifer? Embossing folder. And it's crumb cake and black. And so it's a neutral combination and neutrals can be very, very striking, right? It's so simple and beautiful. And we did I did a team event. I would love to have you join my team. If you want to become a demonstrator, you don't have to do videos like this. You can be a hobby demonstrator and just get that awesome discount. And we do team events. And so this was a virtual event where I partnered with 3 other demonstrators and we each made 2 cards with this bundle and then went live and showed them how to make it and then sent them project sheets for all 8 of the cards. And so a lot of our team members bought this bundle so they can make the cards along with us because we sent them the measurements ahead of time. And then Jennifer got so inspired after the video that she made this a beautiful card and she mailed me one thanking me for having the team event. So we are going to take on Jennifer's card tonight, get all of the dimensions, and we're going to make it, but we're going to change it up a little bit. So first off, oh gosh, I have 2 colors all cut and ready to go here. So we are going to stick with the black, black element because I think that adds a lot of pop to this card. So we're going to do it in black and white. And then we're going to do it in pink and black. I'm so excited. My grandmother made quilts and each of us got a quilt from her. We got to pick from the quilt selections and I chose pink and black. So anytime I see pink and black, it makes me think of my grandma. So let's start with the black and white one, and then we'll go on to the pink and black one. And I haven't made this, so I don't know what it's going to look like. So yeah, we'll discover together. I think I got all my parts and pieces. I think so. Now at the end of this video, I will put up a screenshot with the measurements. If you're watching on YouTube, Jennifer will be dropping them in the comments as well. Isn't she just the best moderator ever? Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer here. I actually went with thick basic white for this. You wouldn't have to use thick, but it just adds a little extra elegance to the card, I think, if it's on that heavyweight cardstock. Totally your choice. It would be just fine in not thick. So our card base for this card is your standard in the US here, which is 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm going to just crease that. If you're in a different market, like the South Pacific or Europe, your cardstock is a little different size, but just go with your regular, regular go-to size. So we've got our parts and pieces here. What am I doing first? Well, let's start with embossing. All right. So on this one, I think we're going to use a different embossing folder. Are we? Yeah, we'll use this one when we do the pink and black one, but let's use a different one for this one and just see. We might not like it, you guys. But there's probably a lot of embossing folders that would look good with this. I'm going to use a brand new one. This one is called the Exposed Brick embossing folder. So the Exposed Brick, on a previous video, actually I made this card with the Delicate Details bundle. And then I did an alternate version after the video where I used this exposed brick. So it's got some texture on it. Let's see if you can see it there. It's got the brick, and you can flip it around. You can do either side. If you want the bricks sort of raised up and the mortar set in, you can do this side. If you want it, this is what do they call it? It's an architectural thing. If you know, drop it in the comments because I can't remember, where you have the mortar raised up. That is a look, kind of a distressed look or something in actual architecture where they do that in buildings. Yeah, so you have options. You can use either side. All right, let's go ahead and emboss our piece here. And this could go anywhere. I don't know which side we're going to use yet. Totally doesn't matter. I'm just going to emboss it and we can flip it over. So I am embossing a piece of basic white that is, look at my piece here, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. I just took Jennifer's card and I just totally copied her measurements. All right. So that was, again, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And let's take a look here. Ooh, pretty. All right, let me know in the comments which side you think I should use. Obviously, I'm pre-recording this, so I'm going to have to make an executive decision. I think I'm going to use the raised up brick side instead of the raised up mortar side, if that makes sense. So this would be what we would call the debossed side. I'm going to put this behind it maybe so you can see it a little bit better. With that gray background. So by debossed, I just mean that this speckly part is set down in, and the mortar is set down in, which means the bricks come to the forefront. I hope that makes sense. Where this is the embossed side, and then that speckly stuff is raised up. And I think this is when they take an old building, a historic building, and they make it into a restaurant or something, and they remove just part of the plaster that covered up the brick, and so that mortar shows through, and it's just kind of it's a decorative thing, right? All right, so I am now going to do my die cutting. Let me unzoom and let me locate. All right, we got some dies here, but I am missing parts and pieces. Hang on, where are they? Oh, found them. Here they are. Yeah, left them on the other side of the room. That's not going to work, is it? All right, take a sip, everyone. We've got our first found it of the evening. Ah, so good. Okay, so we are using this awesome Timeless Arrangements bundle. It is absolutely fabulous. I can show you, so many cards. I'm having so much fun with this one. Now for Crafternoon, This was actually our make and take this month. So people that placed a qualifying order last month of $50 before tax and shipping got a packet in the mail to make this card right along with me in the video. This is the new, I always create my own fun folds for our Crafternoon events. And so this one I'm calling the double decker pop out, kind of a nod to my trip here to the UK with their double decker buses. But you can see the double deck, top deck, bottom deck right there. And the pop out, double decker pop out, is because there's a mechanism in there that pops up. Why are we, there we go. I'm hoping that's focusing better. Trying to fix our camera. It's kind of blurry there, but hopefully that's a little bit better. So Crafternoon, I did a whole bunch of other, hang on, let me grab one. A whole bunch of other designs of this double-decker pop-out card. And these are all available in the tutorial. Now the tutorial went again for free to the people that placed a qualifying order last month and got the packet. They also got the tutorial to make all of the alternate cards along with the main one. But you can also purchase that tutorial if you missed out, or if you place an order in my online store this month, that's $50 or higher, you're going to qualify for next month's Crafternoon event. Okay, where are we at here? We need to do some die cutting. Oh, this is another one. This is another one we made previously. This is an easel card that I made in a previous video here on my channel. All right, we're going to do some die cutting. Let's get some pieces here. Now, if you want to save paper, who likes to save paper? Ooh, me. I like to save paper. You can actually die cut one of these pieces right out of this layer. So this is the piece that's going to go under this. But my friend Sharon Armstrong was one of our presenters at this team event, and she showed us how we could actually die cut the element we're using on the card out of this layer to save a little bit of paper. So that is an option, or you can cut a piece and die cut it. And I totally forgot about that. I had cut a piece, but you know what? We're going to do this, right? Why not? It's going to be totally covered up, but you kind of get two for the price of one, right? So while I'm going to cut this one out, but I need another one. So Jennifer used actually just two. One of the things I love about these dies is I can cut one die, but I get three elements to put on my card with one crank. She actually used two of these. She used this one, which I call the baby's breath, because it's like little flower balls, I guess. So I'm going to just do double duty here, and I'm going to send them both through. Now this one, I don't really care where it is. It's just on a scrap, and that scrap, oh, hang on. I see there's a little remnant of white in here from a previous die cutting fun experience. So, oh, did I not get it, or is it a different one? Come on. There might have been several in there. I was letting them stack up. If they get too stacked up after time, it'll stop cutting because you get so many little pieces stuck in there, right? So it's a good idea to clean those out. All right. So this piece is, in case you want to know, for this flowers is 1.5 by 3 1/4. That's this one right here. This is our layer piece, and our layer piece is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. All right. So let's go ahead and crank this through. And I hope that makes sense. What I mean by layer piece here. I'm going to just stamps things in the way. Can't even crank. I don't normally do the big one on my desk, but because I was using that bigger embossing folder, I brought it on over so that we could use it. Okay, so we've got those done, but we need to do one more thing with this. We need to die cut a label. So I'm just going to die cut that label. All right, so we've got this. Do you guys mind? Would you mind if I go ahead and just cut the other card too? We're making 2 cards tonight. And oh my gosh, I like to do all my cutting at once. How do you do your cards? Do you cut each individual piece, or do you kind of assembly line it? Do you know what I mean? So if I'm making a couple cards, I like to cut all the pieces at the same time. And then I go to the cards. I don't know. Everyone has their own method, right? And there's no right or wrong way. Mine is probably the lazy way. No. Okay, it's the time efficient way. Let's go with that. That sounds nicer. All right. I'm going to use my die brush attachment here on my Take Your Pick tool. This is a very delicate die, so I don't want to rip it, and you want to pull it out just very gently. If it's sticking, use those little ejection holes and the pointy end of your Take Your Pick tool to just give it a little poke and convince it to come out. Now, I do not need this, but I do need this because this is my layer piece. And while I'm at it here, I'm just going to do double duty, and I'm going to go ahead and cut these because we're going to make a pink and black card. I'm so excited. We're going to use Bubble Bath, which is a new Stampin' Up! Color. It might be awful. I don't even know, but I am excited to give it a try, right? It can't be awful, can it? All right, hang on. I'm trying to find. Now I know I cut. My goodness. Oh, found it. Take a sip, everybody. I couldn't find my other set of supplies. Ah, so good. All right, got our second found it of the night. Oh boy. Now I'm pre-recording this, as I mentioned, right before I leave for the trip because, you know, that's how I roll. So this is actually the day before I'm leaving, and I have nothing in my suitcase yet. So I need to get on that. Totally need to get on that. All right, let's pull this through. All right, so now we have these other ones die cut, which is awesome. I'm going to bring in my little spongy guy here. When you purchase this Take Your Pick tool attachment, you get this little spongy piece. In fact, I think you get two of them. That is just helpful for when you go to put these out, push these out, because sometimes those little extra bits will just kind of grab onto. I just ripped it. Oh, do you see what I did? I ripped it. Oh, Susan, it's okay. We're going to try to fix it. We're going to try to fix it. And if we can't fix it, you know what? We got more black cardstock. We can cut another one. It's totally going to be doable. Oh, can't believe we did that. So yeah, you want to use those injection holes. Don't want to pull like I did, trying to yank it out. And I've used these dies a ton. As I mentioned, we used them for all the Crafternoon make and takes, which was quite a few. So mine are starting to get a little bit, the pieces are sticking in a little bit more just because they've been used so much. But that's a good thing when you're using your dies a lot, right? Because then we know we're making and sending more cards. I had to tell you, when I got this card from Jennifer in the mail yesterday, I was thrilled. I ripped this one too. Boy, I'm on a roll here. Yes, I am. It's okay. That one's going to be super easy to fix as long as I don't lose it, right? I need to slow down a little bit here. I'm rushing. All right, so I'm going to use my little Take Your Pick to just kind of convince this one to come out of here. And we're totally going to fix that. A little liquid glue. Nobody will ever know, right? All right, well, we'll find out. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And let's die cut our labels. Let's see what else I can rip. All right, so I'm going to die cut this label right here out of white. Now this set is photopolymer, so I actually can stamp it after I cut it. You can stamp it first and then cut it if that works better for you. I know different things work for different people, so there's no right or wrong way. There's just options, right? Just lots of options. All right, now these little frames, you get 3 of them in the set of varying sizes. In my last video, we used this one right here to make a frame in our card. Whoops, that one doesn't have the frame. Hang on. You know what? The one with the frame is downstairs. Okay, let's use this one. Oh, no, it's not. I see it. Oh, messy desk syndrome. Messy desk syndrome. No, this isn't it. It is downstairs. Anyway, it opens up like that, and we cut a window out with that same frame, and we put it back behind here, and then we cut another one for the layer. So super. I can't say enough about these sets of dies. They're just they're awesome. All right, let's put this on here. I might need to come back to that if I can't fix my boo-boos. We'll have to fix it another way. Okay. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want one more. We're going to cut our pink one. I'm grabbing a piece of bubble bath here, which is just a super fun name for a color. Bubble bath. Love it. And I'm going to pop that on there and go ahead and crank it through. Do not spill your water, Susan. That's not going to help your card at all. One of the drawbacks to the Found It game is having a liquid on my desk. That's why I usually use tumblers, which I can sometimes have a locking closure on it. This one has a flip-up straw, which happens to be wide open right now. Maybe I should close it because I'm all over the place tonight. All right, come here, you. All right, so there we have one in Bubble Bath for card number 2, which we haven't started yet. Okay, so let's clear the deck and let's get some cards made. Woohoo! Oh, actually, we'll have one more embossing to do as well. All right, so I have my layer piece and my embossed piece that we did. Again, this embossed piece was 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, and it's going to go on the layer that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my, oh, here it is. Found it. It was right there. I could even see it on camera. Okay, take a sip. I was looking in the holder. I'll show you my holder. It's my holder that holds all my tools, and it's supposed to have the adhesive in it, but it was just laying on my desk. So that's why I couldn't find it. That holder for all my tools, I actually got at Target years ago. In the bathroom supplies. It's like a bathroom organizer or something, but it works really great for organizing all my things that I use all the time, right? So nobody's going to see that we cut that out of the back and we've got our layered piece here. Let's go back to the card and we're going to pop this right on the front. It's not popped up. It is adhered flat. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. And I'm just going to adhere this right on top, like so. All right. So there is Jennifer's with the painted texture. And here's mine with the exposed brick embossing folder. All right, let's go ahead and grab that little label that we did. And I'm going to grab in my Stampin' Pierce mat. This set is a photopolymer set, and I get a better image if I use the cushion behind. Photopolymer doesn't have the built-in rubber cushion like the orange rubber do because it's see-through, and if it had the cushion there, you wouldn't be able to see through it. So to get that addition of the see-through, we have to give up the cushion, but then we just add it in below. I am stamping this in Tuxedo Black. Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and let's cross my fingers and see if I can do it straight-ish. Again, just totally copying Jennifer's card. Oh, that is not straight at all, but oh well, it's just what it is. Okay, maybe I should have stamped it first. Maybe so. All right, so we've got our card here, and now we're going to let me show you how these cool dies work. Actually, we don't need you anymore. You're out of the picture. All right, you know what? It's super bugging me, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry, but I gotta fix it. It's hard to be a perfectionist. And I know, you guys tell me it's more important to get the card in the mail than to have it be perfect. And you're totally right. But it's hard for me to do that sometimes. Do you know what I mean? All right. I'm still not happy with that. I kind of blobby. All right, this paper has something yucky on it, but that's okay. Oh, that's perfect. All right. Woohoo! Yay for perfect. All right, while I'm at it, let's see if I can do this one. Let's see. This is for our card number 2 that we're making tonight. Oh, come on, Sue. You can do this. You can totally do this. Look straighter. Keep it from being too blobby. Oh, perfect. Oh, okay. Put that aside. All right, I'm just gonna die cut this super quick. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, let me know in the comments if you're a perfectionist or if you're good enough. And done is better than perfect, which is one of my favorite sayings. I'm not always able to do it, but it is a saying that I like. Done is better than perfect. All right, let's give this a go. So this time I stamped first because I was having issues, and I'm going to die cut this out. All right. And then this one that's a little bit blobby, I'm going to put in Mom's bucket. Mom takes my boo-boos and makes them into beautiful cards. So we'll see if she can fix my crookedness by kind of doing something fancy with it. All right. Here we go. All right. So we have a better thank you. All right, now we can put our card together. Oh my goodness. All right. All the things. Okay, let's bring our card back in. And we're going to take this thank you, and let me show you how cool these dies are. So these dies are made, poke out this little piece here. I had a piece of cardstock stuck in my die from this card still, so I was worried that didn't cut, but it did. Phew. So these dies with I call it a border piece across the bottom, are made so that they can easily attach to these layers. And like I said, you get 3 elements with one die, 3 elements with one die cut. And so it's made to perfectly fit on all of the layers. And if you stack them, and I'm going to look at Jennifer, she put the little flowers on top. If you stack them and you just adhere those 2 rectangle border pieces together, you can see how the die automatically staggers the flowers so that they're not covering each other up. You can do it yourself, but why not let the die do it for you, right? To make it easy. And you can put the little flowers in front, or you could put them in back. Oh, let's just change it up. Let's just be a little different. Let's put them in back on this one. Jennifer put them on the front. We're going to change it up and put them in back. I'm going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue because this is pretty skinny. Glue dots would be another great choice if you're not a liquid glue fan. And I'm just going to stack those right together on top of each other. Okay. And then on the back of my For You, I add a little adhesive. Now that adhesive could also be multi-purpose liquid glue. Totally fine. I went a little bit over, so I'm just going to fold that down. And then I'm just going to stick this on. I want to make sure the rectangle's not visible. It hides behind. And then we're going to take this and add it to our card. It's beautiful. I love it. Now we're going to use some dimensionals to pop this up. Here we are, Sue. Oh, here they are. It's not really found it because I just happened to grab the minis, which were in front of these. So we won't. You take a sip if you're thirsty, though. All right, so we'll take those off the back, and let's pop this on our card and see what we think. Oh, it's so pretty, right? She's got it kind of over to one side. I'm following Jennifer's card here for inspiration, and then we're going to use. All right, Sue, what did you do with them? They're right. Oh my gosh. Seriously, you guys? Oh, here they are. I found them. They were totally hidden under this card. These are the classic matte dots, and you get a large and a small. And so I'm going to put the large one over here, just like Jennifer did, because I love her card. This comes with basic black, basic gray, vanilla, and white. So you've got all of your neutrals right in one set of embellishments. And look how striking. It's simple but striking, which is perfect, right? Perfect for a card. All right, I'm going to put this one right here. So there we have the card in Jennifer's version of Crumb Cake, and then version 2 here of the black and white. Awesome. Let's see what it looks like when we add in a color. Now for the inside of this card, just so I don't forget to share that, we've got a piece of, hang on, exactly the same sizes as the front of the card. So this one is 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. This one is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. They're going to layer on top of top of each other. And I'm just thinking, how dumb am I? Okay, that's not a nice thing to say, but I could have cut both of the pieces out of the layers. So the little ball, the little flowers, the little baby's breath one could have come out of this too. Didn't even think of that. So when you're making this, you're really going to save on cardstock because it's so easy, right? All right, for the inside of my card, there are so many great sentiments in this set. This set is mostly thank you, although I did show you in the last video how you can make it actually we did this one with the ribbon on it, how you can make it a birthday card. With this sentiment, hope your day is filled with everything good. That is a good one. We could put that on this. That's a good one for a thank you too. I'm going to put on, let's see, what do I happen to have on a block? Let's look. I really appreciate you. Oh, that's a nice one. Let's go with that one. I really appreciate you. And, oh, where's my cushion? Hang on. There it is, right there. So I'm just going to put that right there. And there is the inside of my card. Super easy, right? All right. Are you guys ready to do it again with a pink version? And then we can look at all of them and see what we think. And I'll put all of the dimensions up on the screen. So, although in my little note I didn't list the sizes for the inside, just know that it's exactly the same as the front, okay? So there we have our black and white version. We have our crumb cake and black version. And let's do a pink and black version. Oh, so fun. All right. So I have a piece of bubble bath in here. And I'm excited. Can you tell? Now, if you wanted a warmer pink, you absolutely could use a Flirty Flamingo. That would be super fun. Or Petal Pink. Also fun. I am using the new Bubble Bath, which is a pink, but it's a cooler pink. It's a blue tone pink. And so in the Stampin' Up! Rainbow, let me show you where Bubble Bath falls in the rainbow. It is actually back by the purples. So you can see we go from Gorgeous Grape to Blackberry Bliss to Berry Burst, which is another pinky purple. Whoops. Another pinky purple. And then we go to Moody Mauve and then to Fresh Freesia, excuse me, and then Bubble Bath. And Fresh Freesia and Bubble Bath are really nice layered together. Let me hide that one and show you that. So those look really nice together. Just if you're looking for a good combo. Bubble Bath is one of the new colors that Stampin' Up! Has added to their color line. They just had a color refresh. So lots of fresh, fun new colors to play with. All right. Now this is the one where I had some boo-boos. So we're going to see if we can fix my mistakes. All right. I'm going to first need to undo some embossing. So for this one, we're going to take the same folder that Jennifer used, which is the Painter Texture. This reminds me of stucco. Here in Minnesota, there are a lot of houses, a lot of stucco houses, aren't there, Jennifer? It's a popular style here. I don't know if that's because of the cold winters we have, or if it's just the fact that a lot of the older homes in Minneapolis, I know our very first home that we lived in Minneapolis had stucco on it, okay, instead of siding. So got our painted texture here. This is a 3D embossing folder. So once again, I'm going to use that specialty plate. When you purchase the die cut embossing machine, that plate comes right with it. If you have an older style Big Shot machine, this embossing plate will also work just fine. All right, so there we have, ooh, look at that. Look at that texture. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to put this aside. And let's put our card together. Okay, so we've got a piece of, oh, where'd the other one go? Oh, found it. Take a sip, everyone. I had put it on the black sponge. I'd left it there and it totally disappeared. See, it's not just me. It's not just my mess. This one was camouflaged. Either side of this one looks good. Debossed, embossed, doesn't matter. You can't really tell the difference between the two because it's just sort of a random pattern that's raised up. So I'm going to layer that on there. Once again, the sizing exactly the same as our other cards. So my bubble bath layer that I just embossed is 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And my layer behind in basic black is 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's going to go on the front of our card. Let's go ahead and stick that on here. Yay. Hang on, flipping it over. Sometimes when you fold the paper, it's not perfectly even. And so I like the side that doesn't show the inside on the top. I hope that makes sense. All right, bubble bath and basic black for the front. And then we have somewhere, we have our little thank you. And we're going to attach our leaves here. Again, I had a little rippage. You can't tell by looking at them. They actually look totally fine, but they did tear on me. So let me grab my multi-purpose liquid glue again and add a little bit. This time I'm going to put the little flower pieces on top. You can see I've got a little part that didn't come out, so I'm just going to poke that out. I don't want that on my card, although honestly nobody would probably notice if I did left it on there. All right, so we have the pieces that didn't rip off right there, and we're going to go ahead and add our thank you. Now I used seal on the last one. Let's just use glue dots to see what that looks like for sticking this on. So I'm going to flip my thank you over and just put a couple glue dots near the top to attach those rectangles. All right. And just lining it up with the rectangles. I want to make sure they don't show. So that's good. And then we're going to add in our dimensionals on the back. And then we're going to try to fix my boo-boos. All right. So that is one of the tricks in stamping, right? Is knowing how to fix your mistakes. All right, so we're going to pop this on here. You can see how the black and the pink just, oh, so great. So great. All right, so here are my problem pieces right here. So this one ripped off from right there. I'm going to take some dots of multi-purpose liquid glue. Probably should have a scrap paper under them, but I'm going to live dangerously. I might regret it. Do it right on my desk here. And then I'm going to take my other one, do the same. And see how we go here. Just put a little bit right down to where it ripped. Now, if you get too much glue on when you're doing really fine work like this, you can just let it dry, because this adhesive actually dries tacky, kind of like a Post-it note. And so if you get too much out, let it dry. Or actually, maybe more like a glue dot, like you're making your own individual glue dots. So if you just let it dry, it'll be fine. All right. And then we're going to take this one and stick it on where it should have gone. And so I'm actually sort of gluing it right back onto the piece that it ripped from. And now Now, nobody will ever know, right? Okay, let's go ahead and add those exact same embellishments. Again, it's the classic matte dots that we're using here. And we're going to put one right off to the side of the big one. And then we're going to take a couple of the little ones. Oh, this one flipped around. And add those in. And I'm not even going to ask you which one you like the best because they're all good in my mind, right? They're and you know, if you don't not, I know not everybody likes pink, totally get that. But what other colors do you think would be fun and complement black? That would be I'm thinking like maybe Tahitian Tide in black would be really attractive. You could also do this card in navy and white. What other colors can you think of? Let me know in the comments. What other colors you would love to try this card in. Okay, Susan needs to find her inside message. Here it is. And okay, found that. Let's take a sip. Now, where did I put the ink away. What the heck? All right, found the ink. Let's take a sip on that one too. All right, let's see how we go here. Now this one, if I mess it up, I totally can just flip it over, right? So again, the inside pieces are exactly the same as the front pieces. So 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 layered on a 4 1/4 by 3 1/8 piece. If you have a hard time cutting 1/8 inches, you could make this bigger. You could make it for let's see, what did I say? This was 3 1/8. So you can make actually this smaller and make it 3 by 4. And then you would just have a bigger black layer. I do think it's really attractive having that very skinny layer, but I know that's can be a little challenging sometimes to cut. So and we'll pop this on the inside and let's put up our measurements. Okay. Oh, things are falling. Excellent. Welcome to my world, friends. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have bubble bath. Get the glue dots out of the way. We've got Jennifer's beautiful crumb cake version. So 3 different versions. I'm trying to find the most pleasing layout. All right, let's move all the stuff out of the shot and let me put this up. Now, this one has all of the pieces, including what you would cut the leaves out of if you didn't use the layer pieces to cut those. So I'm going to just, okay, hold still so that you can take a screenshot and that you can pick up that Timeless Arrangements bundle and just make a whole bunch of thank you cards or birthday cards. You could absolutely do a birthday sentiment there. Yeah, I can totally see it in navy and white because if you know me, you know I love navy and white. In fact, in the last video, I showed you a gift that a team member gave me and then we never opened it. Let's open this fun gift from Terry Snyder. So I'm going to put this away. Okay, let's put these aside. And let's open up this cute gift. Now, all my chocolates just fell out, but that's okay. Gorgeous card from Terry. This is fun with the different triangles. I'm going to have to ask her how she did that. So just a thank you card from Terry. Very nice of her. I have the best Stampfield Stars team members, and we would love to have you come join our team and hang out with us. I'm going to put my chocolates back in so I can show you the side view here. The little tray of chocolates inside there. Super cute. So thank you, Terry. I love it. And that is with the Country Inn. And look, that's our thank you that we just used. And that's the label that we just used. She just used it with a different designer series paper. And then this one is with the circle sayings and also with the Countryside Inn paper. So thank you so much for joining us tonight and hanging out with us. Jennifer, thank you for the inspiration for our card this evening. Appreciate it so much. Let me go back here. Yay. So thank you for hanging out with me. I will be back on Saturday evening to share another creative I did with you. And I'll actually be live. I'll be back from my trip and I'll be excited to share. So again, you can sign up for the free project sheets right there, SueStampfield.com. Click on subscribe and get some inspiration in your inbox. I'll also be at some point sending pictures from my trip. I don't know if I'll be able to do them during the trip. It's possible, or if it'll be after the trip, but at some point they will be coming. So take care, everyone. Have a great evening and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.